Greetings crafters, welcome to OKS Stampin' Zone. In today's video we're going to complete our final card for the Floral Phrases card series. If you haven't viewed my previous videos, please go back and do so prior to looking at this one, or you could look at this one and just work your way backwards. I'm just demonstrating multiple ways that you can use this stamp set with or without the bundle. Which means the bundle comes, and I explained that in my previous videos, what the bundle comes with and what the suite comes with. Everybody is not always interested in purchasing the thinlits because they may not have a big hit, big shot or cuddle bug with your die, which is your die cutting machine for your thinlits. So I'm just showing you different ways that you can use just the stamp set without the thinlits. So this is the final card for this series. So let's go ahead and get started. This is one of the cards that I completed with just using the stamp set. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out so you guys can actually see it. This is one of the cards that I completed just using the stamp set, and this is Watermelon Wonder and Night of Navy on white cardstock. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get started. What you're gonna need is your base. Okay, you're gonna need 3 layers. You're gonna need your base, which is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. You're going to need your top layer measurements the same size, because you're going to layer it like that, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then you're going to need your third layering piece, which I'm going to show you how to cut this, because we actually cut this on a diagonal. Okay, so you're going to take your third layer, get your cutting tool, you're going to lay, this is portrait, you're going to lay it landscape. Okay, and you're going to line it up at your 2 1/2 mark. Just put a little tick right there at the 2 1/2. Put your little tick there. Okay. Then you're going to get your ruler. I'm going to take your ruler. With that tick mark, you're going to line that tick mark up and go to the point of your card base, the card, the third layer of your card. And you want to make sure you get to the point here. And you just draw a line. Take that from that point, the little tick mark, and just draw a line. That's all you're doing. Just drawing a line. So now what you're going to do is go back to your cutting tool, take that line and line it up on a diagonal here as best as you can. And you're going to cut it. Okay? So that's your diagonal piece there. Okay, you're going to keep this piece here because you can stamp your image on there, which is the little flower that we have here. It'll fit on there. You can stamp that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take this piece. You can go ahead at this time and erase your pencil mark if you have any, but you really shouldn't have. Only pencil mark you may have is that little tick. Other than that, the other piece you cut off. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to do our stamping. Okay, we're going to take this, the little border piece that's in your stamp set here. We're going to use that, and my ink pad that I have is Watermelon Wonder. Now, I don't have the large ink pad for the Watermelon Wonder. I have the smaller one, so I'm going to use this. And this actually came in my paper pumpkin kit. A good way for those that are still on the fence and not sure if this is what they want to do, you could go the paper pumpkin route. The good thing about the paper pumpkin route, you will always, every month you get a new ink spot. So you don't necessarily have to order all the big ones, and I have a lot of these, but that's another video. I do have some videos going over the paper pumpkin. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go, you can either stamp it this way or you could go on a diagonal. I think I'm going to go on a diagonal, okay, and stamp this layer here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Keep inking it up, and you just keep going down, stamping it, okay? Go to the next one, same thing. Next one, same thing, just line it up and go on the diagonal and stamp it. and you will fall short because as you go further down, the piece is actually longer than the stamp, but you just continue to line it up to stamp it. Okay, I had to get that piece there. So you just complete it, go all the way down. Probably look a mess right now, but you'll see the end result, and that's because I'm using stamping on this paper and you've seen all these lines, but you get the gist of it. This is the easy card. Make sure you go all the way to the end. Okay, so we finished with that part right there. And to be honest with you, that's the end of the stamping. Okay, so your piece should look basically like this right now. Okay, so now what you're going to do is get your layering pieces, and you want to layer all your pieces together. Any stamping that you're going to do all your stamping first before you do any layering, so that way if you do mess up, you can always go back and fix it. But once you layer everything and lay it down, it's not so easy to get fixed. Okay, so that's your layering piece there. Together. So that's that. Now we're going to lay it on the base of our card, line it up. You can erase your line that you have there or not. I'm not, because you're not going to see that, so I'm not going to erase it. So let's go ahead and put our little glue on here. Don't need a lot of glue. But you want to make sure, and don't go all the way to the end either, because you don't want to ooze out. So we're going to layer this to the top. Okay. And that's how you get your diagonal cut there. Now, for this piece here, all I did was stamp the image for this piece here. All I did was stamp the image, and I don't know if you can probably see it or not. Put Wink and Stella on it, and I put a pearl. And this pearl is actually a pearl that came in one of my past paper pumpkin kits. I didn't use them all, so I used that. And I stamped the sentiment, congratulations. And on the inside it says, may your love grow stronger, deeper, and more beautiful with every passing year. And that was actually in this stamp set. Was this sentiment and this sentiment here. So, however, this one, I'm not putting the sentiment on there. One on the side, one there, one here, one there, and then I think that's it. Yeah, one down here. Okay, that's that. Then we're just gonna layer some of these dots back out. We're gonna layer this here. Okay, however you want it, you can leave room for your sentiment, and you're done. And this is just using the stamp set, okay? And what I did was I just showed you, what I mainly wanted to show you is how to get the diagonal piece done for those that were interested in that part of it. That's how you do your diagonal. You cut it on a diagonal. Now, the first layer, your first cut would be on your diagonal. You measure it landscape at, this is going to be on my blog, but the measurements is going to be on my blog, but I'm going to show you how you can do it. The first layer, which is the top layer, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. When you measure that on a diagonal, you go at 2 3/4 and do your little tick mark at 2 3/4, and then from the 2 3/4 line to your point here, you cut, and that's this top layer here. Then you cut your other layer piece at 2 1/2. Okay, it's a 1/4 inch around, so you could have your layers. It's a 1/4 inch around, and then when you lay it landscape mode for this layer here, you cut it at 2 1/2. Okay, that's basically how I did it, and it gives you the little border, thin border around it. And then I fussy cut the flower. I stamped it and fussy cut it, and I don't know if you can probably see it or not. I put Wink Stella on it in a pearl. Okay, so that's that. Here's the coordinating envelope for that. Trying to get this off. Okay, never mind. But this is the coordinating envelope for that. And I'm going to show you the other ones I did. We had that one. We have this. These are different ones. I just used the stamp set, and this is the same card. Only difference went between this one and this one. I used the acetate window sheet, what have you, and I just stamped it down here. I did the fussy cutting and made it into a layered here to give it a 3D look, and put the little pearl with the window sheet there. Okay, coordinating envelope for this one. Then we have it again with the night and navy. I did 6 of them just to give you different looks. Okay, it's that one. And this is your watermelon wonder one. And with this one, I just added the flower up here. And this is the last one. Okay. So you get the different looks. And this one, the different looks. And the difference with this one is I just did it across. And right here, I left a little, I don't know if you can see them off the camera. I don't know if you can see right here. I left a little space because I'm going to use my here because the sentiments are small. So with the thoughtful banners, I'm going to take the small sentiment and see the little space that I left here. I'm going to put a sentiment here. Like, hello, fabulous, or you're amazing. You know, little things like that. So this is going to be good. So that's why I really didn't stamp sentiments card series for the floral phrases. I have 6 different cards here that I did. You could view the previous videos to see the other cards that I created using just the stamp set, using the washi tape and the coordinating card stock, using the thinlits and the stamp sets. There's so many ways that you can do it. You don't necessarily have to purchase the stamp set if you're, the thinlits, if you're unable to purchase the thinlits. Okay? Thanks again for taking the time out your day to visit me. I do appreciate it. Come back and visit me again. Bye-bye.